free parking downtown SLO. Yeah, you heard that right. Just park in the new structure on the Pomo and Palm, across from the creamery. Eat at La Esquina, Mistura, or Mama's Meatball, and they'll validate your parking.
Thank you.
To learn more about how to park free downtown, visit slowfreeparking.com.
You're Up and Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up and Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Back at it Tuesday, and thank you so much for being Up and Adam. This connection that you and I have means a ton, more than anything you'll ever understand. I want to say something really quickly, and honestly, I've gone back and forth on how much to share here. You'll notice every now and then I take a day off the show, I disappear for a day here or there, and yesterday, one of those days, I drove back to Southern California just for the day to spend time with my dad. I mean, it's a strange thing because when you're in a season like this, when you're waiting on results and waiting on answers, waiting to hear if there's a fight left in someone, life starts feeling both incredibly beautiful, but also incredibly chaotic all at the same time. And there are these little small, quiet moments that suddenly carry a weight you never really understood before. The kind of moments that remind you your parents won't always feel larger than life forever. And that can be a really hard thing to hold sometimes. That 2.5 hour drive back, and there for that matter, is usually pretty quiet for me. A lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, a lot of trying to stay present while also preparing yourself for things that, you can't control. But I want to say thank you to listeners who've checked in. I've got a lot of texts or people on socials who've cared, who've allowed me space to be, really human on this show, because that's what we do. And that's what I do. I share stories. Usually they're other people's stories, but every now and then there's something inside my own life that maybe offers connection or perspective, or just reminds anyone that they're not alone in loving somebody through a hard season. And if that can be the case, I want to share that too. So if you're going through something similar, or maybe something that I share here maybe triggers a memory or a thought or something that you can use to either forward on or apply in your own life, truly that's another blessing in all of this. So if you're someone who prays, prayers are always welcome. Thank you for caring about Opa, my dad, our family, the way that you do, and being understanding and your indulgence in this time. It means absolutely more than you know. Okay, on to today's show, which I'm very excited about, and I felt like I've been wanting to release the show for a while, at least a week or so, or two maybe, right? Later in the show, we're going to get into part 2 of Benny's Pizza Palace and Social Club. And not just the food this episode, the energy. The way a place starts to feel less like a restaurant and more like a community's living room. The history of the building, why Ben kept pieces of the old Pepe Delgado's alive, how the patio became a gathering space for everybody from construction workers to elected officials, and why he never wanted this place to feel too polished or even too precious. Then we're going to get into the stuff I love. What the owner of a pizza place actually eats when he's hungry. I'm sure it's got ranch on it. His ranch is good. The morning walks that help him process life, the business, the politics of it all, and the difference between building a business that depends on you versus building one that can stand on its own. Small business owners, you're going to love this, because this is really one of those things we talk about. And if you've been super, if you're into E-Myth and all that stuff, people dependent versus system dependent, we'll get into those conversations today. Because for small business owners, This is a challenge. This is tough. That's coming up with Ben Arona from Benny's Pizza. We're going to get right into it. What is there anything else going on? I remember I found this one story really interesting. It's well, let me just play it. It's from Yahoo Sports. Let's check this out. It's about the Cubs and these people who have these rooftop.
Doing Wrigley View rooftop. Let's break it down. Around Wrigley Field, the stadium where the Cubs play, there are buildings with rooftops where people can see the games without being inside the stadium. For
Interesting.
years, rooftop owners sold tickets so fans could sit up there and watch. Wrigley View rooftop.
So let me just set this, because the beginning was a little chopped off. Surrounding Wrigley Field, the legendary baseball, field in Chicago where the Cubs play, all these high-rise buildings on top, they all have grandstands put up there. And people watch the game from there, and they're really not even in Wrigley Field. But this, again, is kind of goes with when you're in a big metropolis with a lot of buildings. Wrigley Field is only Wrigley Field. It's finite. There's a lot of buildings owned by people around it. Well, they built stadium seating on top of their roofs. All right, go ahead.
Is a venue located across the street from Wrigley Field that accommodates up to 200 guests. The facility is marketed as offering a sky deck that provides a bird's eye view of the ballpark and breathtaking views of historic Wrigley Field. Here are the bare bones two sides of the fight. The Cubs say, hey, this is our team, our product, you shouldn't be able to make money off our games. And the rooftop owners say, this is our building and our roof, we can have whoever we want up here. Years ago, they made a deal. The rooftop views could carry on, but they had to give the Cubs about 17% of the money they earned. But in 2024, that expired and the Cubs said no more. Now there's a lawsuit because Wrigley View Rooftop kept selling tickets after the old agreement expired in 2024. Still with me? As a result, the judge explained that the Cubs can argue the franchise misses out on revenue they would have obtained if Wrigley View Rooftop couldn't sell tickets.
All right, stop it. Now, that's the thing. Look, Wrigley's got a point saying, look, this is our product, our thing, the baseball team, the baseball game, the whole thing. It's us. And I get that, and I respect that. But then if you're in public and you're doing it and people can see it from far away, what are you supposed to do? I kind of get where the Wrigley Rooftop people are coming from too. I got a roof outside your thing. I can build whatever the hell I want on my roof and have whoever the hell I want on my roof and what they choose to look at. And if it's your baseball game, I don't know, build a dome. If you're so concerned about it, build a dome. All right, I want to hear how this one ends.
Wrigley View stresses the Cubs don't own the building in question and argues it has the right to conduct business on the rooftop as it sees fit, and that the Cubs play in a stadium in a city where there are tall buildings around it from which people can look at. Long story short, this case could be settled at any time, but it's currently moving forward and not being thrown out. What do you think?
That's a good kind of like, oh, we need to get Judge Jarvis in here for that one. Huh? That's a good one. I don't know. I mean, I feel, without learning more, I am on the side of Wrigley Rooftops. Who are you on the side of? What do you think? That's an interesting case. I wonder where that one's gonna go. All right, before we get into our conversation, part 2, with Ben Arona of Benny's Pizza, let me tell you about my friends at the Mountain Air. They're in San Luis Obispo. They've been doing it since 1975, and they're helping people get outside, touch grass. I mean, they were on the whole touch grass thing before it was even cool to say that. And whether you're talking hiking, camping, climbing, heading to the snow, there's still snow, all skill levels, whatever it is, they got you. Owned by Josh and Lindsay Herring, who are an adorable young family, adorable couple. I love their love story. I love their business story. I love their business acumen. They just got the right heart and the right soul to do exactly what they're doing. A couple doors down from their store, the Mountain Air, is called the Switchback. And that is where your equipment gets a second run. Buy and sell used equipment. Maybe you want to get into a new habit, or not a new habit, a new hobby. And you maybe don't want to spend full price for a brand new set of this or that. Well, that's your way to kind of dip your toes in. Let's say you're going camping and, I'd love one of those Yeti coolers. Me too. You can rent one. A sleeping cot, rent one. A backpack, rent one. You got all kinds of stuff. They just want to get you outside, buy, sell, this, that, rent. They got you. Check out themountaineer.com for all they got going on. They got all your name brand clothes. And here's the thing. If you have time to go, they're not far from REI. You're going to get a hell of a lot more comprehensive one-on-one human interaction than you would with REI. And I'll tell you, you're supporting local. So you're going to feel good when you walk out of there. Check them out. The Mountain Air, San Luis Obispo. And when you do, make sure you let them know that you heard them on Up+Adam. And also give them a follow. That's free. Go in there on your social, follow them, and then maybe comment, say, hey, just heard about you, following you because I heard you on Up+Adam. That would mean crazy nutsness to me, to them. That stuff goes a long way. So if you could do that, that would be great.
It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, we're back with Ben Arona from Benny's Pizza Palace and Social Club. What a name. I love that. And I think what I keep coming back to with this whole story is there's a difference between a restaurant people go to and a place where people start building memories inside of. You know what I mean? Somewhere along the way, this became that. Like you hear people talk about Benny's almost the way people talk about like a friend's crib, you know, like the patio, the energy, who they ran into, how long they stayed. And that kind of feeling doesn't just randomly happen. Somebody has to create that. Somebody has to protect that. So want to get into the part two. We're going to go beyond the food. This is like the vision of the space. If you're a small business owner, this stuff's good. The community around it, what actually it takes to build something that people feel connected to. Let's check it out. Take me to, and really quick, before I get into that, I'm glad that you're mentioning the fries. The Mojos are bomb, by the way.
Yeah.
You do far more than pizza.
Yeah.
The salads are bomb. Take me to all the other things that you're making.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned salads, and they're so basic. They're so easy. By the way, everything is made in-house, except for maybe the French fries or some of those fried foods. Everything else is made in-house.
I love it.
The tiramisu we make is in-house. The cheesy sticks we make in-house. Everything else is in-house. So you're getting that fresh. I'm not playing that game of like who can cook up the best, whatever distributor brings the food frozen.
No, sure.
No, I'm not playing that game like a lot of places do. Everything's fresh.
Well, we were talking about that, and it might have been with you or someone else during Restaurant Month, and the idea of, because there was a New York Times wrote an article about this. It was so interesting because when you look at like it's the Cisco's or the US Foods or whatever, it's like you get something somewhere, and now your mozzarella sticks in Central California taste like mozzarella sticks in Des Moines, Iowa, which tastes like them in Hamburg, New York, and it's like everything tastes the same everywhere. Who wants that?
Yeah.
So, all right, take me to the box. The box is epic. It kind of fills that East Coast attitude, like those pictures in the bar. The box is behind you. It's absolutely lovely. I have the top of your box on. I have this rail that goes all around my kitchen. Yeah. And I have a signed version of the top of that box in my kitchen. Hopefully
it's worth something.
Perfect. Right. Yeah. Take me to the box. How'd you decide to do that?
So that was a design, a regular who comes in. It was his idea. He goes, "Hey Benny, let me make you something cool." And he designed it, and he gave me the design. He said, "Dude, I said, "Can I put it on the boxes?" He said, "Yeah, you can put it on the boxes." Right? And that same dude, so that's on boxes, it's on t-shirts, and we still have some of those t-shirts left. Yeah. Right? So say Benny's in the front, and then have my face on the back.
I love it with the necklace.
It's just like old school,
for real,
kind of Guido-y type.
Right.
Thing. Yeah. And like doing it's the best with the OK symbol. Yeah. Right. That's just old school stuff. Yeah. Right. And the same guy ended up making another T-shirt for me, which is like an homage to the building. So, I lived in New York for years, and you don't have to go live in New York to know about this place, but Katz's Deli. And I remember seeing, the employees wearing this super cool Katz's Deli shirt that was like an outline of the building, like a cartoonish outline almost, but not too cartoonish, just outline. And so he did the same thing for a shirt. So that's, we have those shirts for sale also. Yeah. But then on the front, I have the Pepe Delgado's sign is still up, and it's a sombrero, and it says Mexican food. And like that thing, I'm never taking that thing down. Funny story, the son of the man who made that came in and ate last week and was like, my dad made that sign. And I remember being here when they put it up.
No way.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Cool that he saw, even though the restaurant changed, that they still.
Yeah, and he's like, I want that sign. I'm like, well, it'd probably cost you $10,000 just to move it.
Right, for sure.
Right, seriously, because it's a big sign. He came. So the shirts have the outline of the building on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
Then on the front is an outline of the Pepe's sombrero sign, and it says pizza in the middle. So it's super cool. So that's the front, and the back is the building.
That's so cool. Do you get sick of seeing your face everywhere?
No. I wonder how many people like it. Like, I know everybody, or everybody knows me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Same with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, when your face is on thousands of boxes, I would say far more know that. When they see you in real life, they go, oh my God, that's the guy in the box.
I wonder how many dartboards it's on. But, it's funny because, I walk the restaurant, I touch tables, meaning like you go and you ask people how their meal was, and I'll be there talking, and I'm, I'm a big man, like I'm 6'5", like 260 pounds. I'm a big dude, right? And so, I guess I can be intimidating. I think I'm a big teddy bear, but
you are.
I'll walk up to a table where they clearly have never met me before, and I'll talk, hey, what do you guys get? And they'll be like, why is this random person asking? Oh my God. And luckily for me though, the napkin holders have that image also. So I'm Benny. That's me. And they'll look at it and look at me. Okay.
That's so cool. Yeah. It must feel so warm to all the owners coming by and, touching tables.
I try to do that as much as I can. And going back to the whole restaurant owner thing there is a level of expectation of being there. And I'm there a lot. I'm there like 50, 60 hours a week. But sometimes I have to be there in the morning to turn the ovens on, to do the money bags, to fix something that broke the night before, So, I decided early on not to be one of those dudes that just, gives too much.
Well, there's got to be a difference between being, and I tell this to friends like Charlie Puffer, Puffer's at Pismo, of being people dependent versus system dependent.
Yeah.
And I love Charlie Puffer, but I've gone to Puffers without him, and it's I want Charlie here.
Of course.
And there's something about for Charlie and for you, you have to have this place run beautifully when you're not there. People have to love wanting to be at Benny's, whether Benny's is there or not.
Yeah.
It's a blessing when Benny's is there.
Yeah.
But, being system dependent is far better for you and for the customer than being people dependent. God bless, we all love Benny, but the place has got to run when Benny's not there.
Yeah, and I think that just comes from my experience in bureaucracy. I worked for probation for 10 years. I've had a lot of different jobs where, you realize that the machine still has to run even though the boss isn't there.
Yeah.
And I think I've done a pretty good job at that, right?
Yeah.
My current team is just so good.
That's so cool.
But
when you have people you could trust.
Obviously, I think everything does run a little bit better when I'm there. But that's just not how the
it's
world.
Not possible.
And you know what? I don't want it to be Ben dependent. I want it to be system dependent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more question on ownership, because I'm so fascinated. From the outside, people see the cool bar, the packed patio, the buzz. But what is something people completely misunderstand about running a place like this?
It's just, we have X amount of employees, payroll needs to be done, double checking that the hours are correct. State law, federal law changes all the time. The minimum wage just went up, and that's great. But if you're not on it, it went from $16.50 to $16.90. If you're not on it, I open myself for, I could get sued, not only owing the employees extra money, then I get sued. So it's just being on top of everything. I am very grateful, and it's a privilege to be able to have, a great employee base. It's an honor to be able to help people live their lives and their dream of living on the Central Coast. But all the stuff that comes behind that, making sure your bills are paid on time, all the state like I just mentioned state regulations, but like, there's franchise tax board, there's the CFTA, there's all these different organizations that are government organizations, ABC, all these things that you have to be up on. So it can very quickly compound.
You're at Benny's, not as the owner, but just as a guy who's hungry. What are you eating?
Oh man. Before I would have said a pepperoni, pineapple, onion olive pizza. I know, sacrilegious, but
I love the pineapple.
But my palate is just so advanced that I can take the sweet and savory at the same time. That's what it is. I would have said that, right? Now I've really moved towards cheesy sticks. I had some of those last night at a meeting at the restaurant, or spaghetti and meatballs.
That's good.
And when you order the bowl of meatballs, it comes with sourdough bread. And I'm old school slow. So it's not San Luis sourdough that I get. I use Brian's bread. Mm-hmm. And if you're a true local, you know that the guys from Brian's bread worked for San Luis sourdough when they got corporate bought. They started their own company. So that's the original San Luis sourdough recipe. And I use the rolls, not the long, loaves, and garlic butter, and cooked in the oven till golden brown with the house-made meatballs. It's a blend of a ground beef and pork, Italian sausage. That's what I'm going for now.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
What's something you do daily, even albeit small, that you believe really gives you an edge most people wouldn't even notice?
Ooh. I think my walks in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's really a time to process. Think about the day, think about what I have to do in the day, process relationships, process, feelings about objects, people, concepts, contemplating politics, everything.
Yeah.
Right. And so just a time to reflect. You get 4 or 5 miles in.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I walk very fast in the morning.
Are you listening to anything?
It's usually podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time are we getting up to do this?
6.
Okay.
Yeah. I get up at 6. I'm usually out the door 6:15.
And you go to a certain place or just around the neighborhood?
I have a route for sure.
So you're just walking around the Lobro, just doing your thing?
I walk up the Lobro into downtown.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I always walk through the Mission, walk down Monterey Street. At some point, usually Toro Street, right around Field Day, I'll turn up, go over the bridge, the railroad tracks over the bridge, and I'll walk up that trail. And sometimes I get a late start. If I start at 7, I prefer to start at 6:30, 6:15, because then it's like you watch the sun come up. Nobody's out there. Right. No cars are driving by. The later start I get, the more people are out there, the more cars, and it's just kind of my time to reflect and to.
I like that.
Yeah, plan the day.
Do you still feel the passion for this the same way you did in the beginning? I know you still have the passion. Do you still feel it for the same way, or maybe has it evolved into something else?
It's definitely ebbs and flows, right? I have never lost the passion, or else I would have just thrown the towel in. I mean, running a restaurant is very challenging. So at a dozen points in the past 6 years, I could have just thrown the towel in, right? But I find myself when I'm really engaged, it's like a big party we have or a big event, and I'm in the kitchen, and it's funny because Franco and Jackson, they worked for me back in the day. Now they work for me now full time, right? And I taught. Well, Franco's been a professional cook for 15 years. Jackson, was just getting into it. It was his first job out of high school, and I taught him. I jump in the kitchen and I just say, hey guys, like I don't jump in and say, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and try to control the situation. I say, guys, what do you need me to do? Tell me what to do. And they tell me, and I do it. And it feels good to kind of dance with everybody in the kitchen when it's a full blown 30 tickets up, everyone's running around, food's getting expedited properly, everybody's involved. That really feels good to see that, like, this is what I built. Right, and with the help of these dudes and ladies around me, and everyone's working together, and just everything's firing on all four. So it's great.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
That fuels you. Let's wrap up and play the pizza game. I call this the wine game when I play with winemakers, and we just name wineries that the only two things you can't do is repeat one that's been said and pause longer than 3 seconds.
Okay.
So we're going to play pizza joints in slow cal.
Yeah.
All right. So just rapid fire back and forth, see who gets the other out first.
Can I start?
Of course, you're the guest.
Okay, I'm going to say Mike's. My friend Mike's.
I'm going to say Benny's then.
I should have said Benny's.
Yeah.
Should we restart? Let's restart.
No, I'm saying Benny's.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
I
I should have said Benny's.
Oh, no, it's okay. Go ahead. You're up,
oh, shoot. Fatties.
though. Oh, that's a good one. Round Table.
Oh, my gosh. There's a Bear in the Red.
Good. Woodstocks.
Oh, wow. That's old school. Flower House.
Oh, I was just going to say that. Blast 825.
Are they still open? The one on Foothill?
There's something called Blast in Paso too, right? There's a ton of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or Blaze.
Blaze.
There you go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I know Giuseppe's sells pizza.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Mountain Mike's
In San Luis?
St. Louis County.
Oh, we're Slow Cal.
Oh
my gosh. Palamesa.
Oh, that's a good one. That was where we're going next. We have Domino's still. Domino's.
Okay. I'm sure there's a Pizza Hut somewhere.
Is there?
Pizza Hut Express.
Okay,
And
that's fair. Okay, fair enough.
Frozen pizza.
Oh, then I'm gonna go with Costco.
Oh, wow. Forgot about that. Ooh. So little pause while I bullshit and think of something.
Right.
At one point, Slow is really a pizza town. I think there's something like 24 or 26 pizza places.
Is that right?
Yeah. I compiled a list at one point. Is there a Pizza Express?
Maybe. I don't know. You just make that up?
Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
There's that pizza place over by Burger King.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know what that is, but let me see. I might be stuck. I'm thinking. I'm driving in my head. I'm in Paso now. Oh. Let's do La Biga. The guy who's from Hell's Kitchen and he's got a place in Paso now called La Biga.
Huh.
Yeah.
Klondike's.
Dude. Good one. I love their pizza.
Yeah.
Their pizza's bomb.
We used to be able to get that at Village Host. Like that salad pizza.
You already said Flower House. There's got to be something else where they have...
We have to apologize to all the people that
we're forgetting.
are listening and they're like, dude, come on.
They're yelling at their speakers right now. Yeah. Okay, so I know I'm past 3 seconds. I guess I can't think. I guess I'm out.
Oh, I got two.
You won. Go ahead.
So Earth and Oven.
Of course. And then Humble Oven.
Yeah, then I was going to say Humble Oven next.
Humble Oven.
So
I
you
like
said
that.
Humble. But you know Earth and Oven, right? He's
Keen.
on he's
fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, we're doing...
then Humble Oven's awesome too.
Humble Oven's great.
Who else?
Yeah, Keen is dealing with something just horrendous right now with his daughter.
I saw that.
And cancer.
Yeah.
And they're all these 5 chefs are putting together this incredible dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to MC it and a lot of these. It's just a really cool event.
That's awesome.
I know they got to go find me. We're going to be interviewing him after the event. So let's just Slow County Pizza. Let's just see which ones we missed. Never heard of Bravo. Pizza Republic.
They're around the corner. They're great too.
They're good. They're nice people. I like her. We said New Cheese. We forgot New Cheese. Geno's. We forgot them.
Yeah.
Petra technically does pizza.
Yeah.
They got pretty decent pizza. You said Palamesa. That's good. Yeah. I guess someone could have said Palamesa too. It's technically a different place.
Well, you're looking at the county, but then real quick when you're done with that, let's pull up the pizza places in Slow and let's count. Let's get an official
Slow City,
Adam Montiel, and Ben Arona pizza count.
San Luis.
Okay, name them off. I'll count.
All right. Pizza Republic, Benny's, Woodstock, Bravo, Fatty's, Humble Oven, New Cheese, Palomesa 3, Antonia's, Geno's, My Friend Mike's, Round Table, Flower House, Palomesa, Napolitan, New Cheese, again, there's 2 of them, Bob Cantu's, Petra, Bear and the Wren, Central Coast Pizza Trolley, Mama's Meatball.
Oh, yeah.
Novo. Does that count?
I don't think Novo makes
Giuseppe should. Giuseppe should count.
Yeah, 21.
Firestone, should that count?
No.
Piadina, they got the whole pizza oven thing. You don't think so?
They don't make pizza.
They do. Piadina, they're great at it.
Wait, where?
Piadina?
Oh, Piadina. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I thought you said
they got a whole oven situation.
Chiappino.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
22.
Finny's, we're starting to get really loose. Urbane,
No, they don't have pizza.
yeah. Hoagies, you count them?
No, they don't have pizza.
1865, they make them, but
Do they?
do we start? Yeah, I mean, they have a little pizza oven. They can see what they're doing.
Well, I'm going to count that. 23.
Okay, Central Coast Brewing, they make little pizzas.
Okay. Yeah, they do. They
Cafe
do.
Roma,
25.
Domino's.
26. Wait, you already said Domino's, so 25.
Oh, I did? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Did you?
I
you
don't know.
didn't. 26.
And then I see like La Loconda. They technically have pizza on the menu. That nice restaurant on Garden.
We can say that, 26.
Okay, so Buena Tavola, I think I already said that. The rest, like Thai Boat, they don't have pizza.
No.
Come on. Old Slow Barbecue, I don't think they do. So yeah, that's all I mean, as I go, I'm thinking Taqueria. Nardones, that's in Los Osos or Santa Maria.
Los Osos.
So Milestone.
Yeah, they do.
High Street, it's on here? No. Libertine?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
I actually lost count, but it was above
like
26.
26.
Was it 26?
I think it was 26.
That's a lot of options for pizza.
I know. That's tough, dude. There's a lot of options. Corbel Blue, it looks like they got a pizza.
Really?
I mean, I'm just looking at this menu item. I don't know. Who knows? But there's a difference between having pizza on the menu, selling a few of them, especially like if it's a kid's menu, and then having like being a pizza joint.
Yeah.
You know, so, well, this was fun, dude.
Yeah.
You beat me at the pizza game. That's pretty good. I was expecting you to. This was a blast. How do people learn more about it? What's the website? We'll put all the links in the show notes, but how do people learn more about Benny's?
So you know what? Follow the Instagram page. Follow the Facebook page. So the Instagram is Benny's Pizza SLO, SLO. Mm-hmm. We get confused with a Benny's Pizza in Baja, Mexico. So it's not that. The Facebook is you just do Benny's Pizza SLO, pop up. Our website, Benny's PPSC, or just Google Benny's SLO, it'll pop up. Benny's Pizza Palace Social Club, or Benny's PPSC. .com brings you right there. You can do online ordering. We do our delivery service we do Grubhub. We do Toast delivery service, which is kind of interesting that it runs kind of the same way. Uber Eats, and what's the other one?
DoorDash?
No. DoorDash with an M.
I don't know.
So we do Uber Eats, we do
Grubhub,
we do just the Toast ordering system off the website,
right?
And then we do the other one I can't remember.
Okay.
Anyway,
it's all there.
Yeah.
We'll put all the links, and then you obviously, go in there for lunch.
Yeah.
Go in there. What days are we open again?
So we're open every day. Traditionally, we're closed Monday, Tuesday, and then we decided to do little half days, right? So Monday, Tuesdays were 4 to 9. Perfect time to get off work, hit happy hour, watch a football game, baseball game, basketball game, whatever you want to do. That's Monday, Tuesday. Then we have lunch service Wednesday through Sunday. And the lunch service is... I don't even know why there's not a line out the door, right? It's like slice and soda for under $9.
Dude, that's great.
And the slices are huge, right? You do a sliced soda salad, sliced soda beer. The sliced soda beer is like $16.50.
That's a great way.
Right? And you can choose from any of the domestic beers.
And you're in and out, back to work, 45 minutes, easy.
Sooner than that.
Yeah.
So 45 minutes would be like if you're just lagging.
Taking your time.
Yeah, taking your time. So
fun, dude.
We have great deals. Like the happy hour's coming up. We're going to start something on the patio soon on Sundays. We're kind of deciding. We're toying with like a bottomless type situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary, a little.
No, it'd be probably Prosecco.
Oh, there you go. That sounds fun.
It'd be like a bottomless mimosa
that
or
sounds
a bottomless
cool.
PBR or something. So like kind of what I'm thinking is, you buy a classic pizza and then you can buy up to 4 bottomlesses with that classic. Right? So X amount of dollars.
That's cool.
So if there's 4 dudes that show up or 4 ladies that show up and they buy a classic pizza, they could buy up to 4 bottomlesses.
Great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, we're still ironing that out.
We'll put all the links to all the happy hour stuff, the socials, the website, get you ordering. Benny's Pizza, my man. Yeah. We'll have you back on again soon. Thank you for being Up and Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only the stars.
That is the stuff I love. Yeah, the food matters. The pizza's great. Well, pizza's bomb. But the place has a vibe that people love, and that's what's so cool. It's about creating a space where someone comes in for dinner, ends up staying for maybe a random conversation, or a random Wednesday happy hour leads to, two business people meeting and maybe hitting it off and working with each other. I don't know. Fantastic stuff. Ben Arona, Benny's Pizza. All the links in the show notes. Happy hour today, 4:30 to 6:30. Yeah. All right. Well, this week continues to move on. I'm going to bring back on AdamOnTiel.com your chance to win Winefest tickets. Winefest. I always like to do this late in the game because Winefest is this Saturday, and I got tickets. And I want you to, if you want to go, I want you in. So we'll get to AdamOnTiel.com. Let me see if I go to AdamOnTiel.com right now. Is that Winefest thing still up? If not, I will fix. Yes, it's up. Good. All right, it's right there. AdamOnTiel.com. Go right, click out the homepage, win from Up and Adam. Boom. Winefest. All right. I hope you have a great day. It's beautiful outside. I hope you have a great beginning to your week. I know it is already Tuesday, but it's Monday here because I wasn't able to be here yesterday. Thank you to Moonshiner Collective for original music on the show called Start Again. Check them out wherever you stream your music. And of course, moonshinercollective.com to learn more. The show is recorded at SlowCal Studios, San Luis Obispo County, California, baby. SlowCal, where the wine is world class. The people are oh so real, and life is too beautiful to rush. Returns well taken. Visit SlowCal, SLOCAL, slowcal.com. All right, till tomorrow. I am Adam Montiel. I thank you so much for being Up and Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again. Let's start again. We'll start again.